This week there's been a lot of news, sometimes a little contradicting, that have hit the wire about the SBA's EIDL program. In today's video, I will cover the top 3 updates you need to know about the EIDL program. Hello and welcome to Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. I'm a tech entrepreneur, real estate investor, author, YouTuber, and volunteer paramedic. Now I know I'm going to sound like a bit of a broken record, but I want to thank all of you for watching this channel. As some of you have noticed, this video now has ads on it. Yes, I know, nobody likes ads, and for that, I do apologize, but those ads help to support this channel. We finally have met the requirements for YouTube monetization, and this would not have been possible without all of you guys clicking like, commenting, and subscribing. I'm very humbled by your support, and I really appreciate it, so thanks. On to today's list. Number 1, no more advance? As Aubrey reported on her channel, the checkbox has now been removed.
But there is one big change that has been made to the application portal, and it's something that I've already gotten about 20 or 30 messages on Instagram and through the comments of my YouTube videos. And that is that the application no longer has an opt-in option. On the old application in step 3, there was an opt-in box that allowed for you to opt in to the cash advance up to $10,000. And now as we sit here today, that opt-in box has been taken away. But that kind of begs the question of why has it been taken away and what does that mean for you? Does that mean that the cash advance is gone altogether and that you can't opt in for it because it's being taken away and it's no longer even an option for the EIDL program? Or does it simply mean that the government has finally streamlined this application and you no longer have to officially opt in order to receive the cash advance?
I hope the SBA has finally streamlined the process as Aubrey has suggested. But like most other things with the SBA, it's kind of like looking at tea leaves to see into the future. Honestly, my guess, and of course this is just a theory, but my guess is the SBA is not streamlining the process. Come on now, this is the government bureaucracy at its best, and the government will never streamline anything. They only add more red tape and complexity. Now, what I think they're doing is de-emphasizing the grant advance program and focusing more on the loans. Why, you ask? Well, the grant and loan has been the complete bane of their existence at the SBA, and they hate it, referring to these people that only want the grant as those free money people. I know this is going to frustrate many of you that really only wanted the grant, and you were never interested in the loan anyways. Now, for those of you that are thinking about refusing the loan, I highly recommend you check out my video where I give a deep dive analysis into the loan. The link is in the description below and is right here in the card. For anyone that is yet to apply, we're honestly not even sure if you're going to get the grant, but my gut is no, you're not going to. And this brings me to the number 2 item on the list. Is the SBA out of money, or are they? As Forbes is reporting, the SBA is no longer giving out grants. Well, I guess that answers my question from a minute ago. But there's a little bit more to the story, so stick with me to the end to find out. SBA Administrator Jovita Carranza has stated, following the enactment of the COVID-19 emergency legislation, the SBA provided nearly 6 million small businesses, employing 30.5 million people through the unprecedented EIDL Advance program. This program, built from the ground up in less than 2 weeks, assisted millions of small businesses, including nonprofit organizations, sole proprietors, and independent contractors from a wide array of industries and business sectors. Well, that sounds great and all, but what I really think she was saying was,
Congress wrote a horrible law and those damn free money people keep demanding their grants. After we give all of our friends grants, we gave a few crumbs to the peasants just to shut them up.
Okay, maybe I took a little too much creative license with that, but I think you guys get the point. We know the SBA has completely botched this rollout. Let's move on. Having allocated the full $20 billion that was appropriated by Congress, the SBA said that it would discontinue the EIDL advances to new applicants. So what does this mean? Well, in the past, the SBA went to Congress when the PPP ran out of funds, and they sought additional funds. Will they do the same for the EIDL grant money? The fact is, we know that the SBA hates the grant program because it completely overwhelmed them with more applications than they could handle. For this reason, I really doubt that Carranza is going to go to Congress and ask for more grant money. It's simply just not in their best interest. Instead, I think there's some more back-channel discussions with the SBA, Treasury, and Congress for the next stimulus package. Hypothetically, if the grant is to be continued, I think they will adopt a new concept, where the grant and the loan are two separate programs. That way, if you want the loan, you can apply for EIDL. If you just want the grant, there should be a streamlined grant-only application. Number 3, so what if I already applied? If you applied weeks or even months ago, right now I'm sure you are freaking out, and I don't blame you. The question here is, the SBA is announcing they're out of money to give grants. Does this mean that they've already spent all of the funds? Or have they just allocated the funds but haven't quite made all the deposits yet? Well, as usual, the SBA is not releasing any details. What a shocker there. And my best guess is that they have allocated the funds to businesses already, even if the money hasn't actually been deposited in everyone's accounts. I say this both from personal experience and from what I've read from the comments from you guys. Back when EIDL first launched, I applied for 2 of my businesses. One of them was approved for $256,000 in about 2 weeks, but it remained in a processing status for over 60 days. During those 60 days, the SBA announced 2 things that really scared the out of me. Their first announcement was that they are now capping loans at $150,000, and the second was that they're out of money. Now I was really freaking out. They had already told me that I was going to get $256,000. Does this mean I only get $150,000? Now that they're out of funds, what does this mean? Do I get nothing at all? Well, after a lot of frantic phone calls to the SBA, check out my video, I was basically told absolutely nothing. Then just one random morning, out of the blue, I was emailed asking me to sign loan documents. After I did that, the money was in my account 3 days later. This was after the SBA announced that they had run out of money and before Congress had authorized additional funds. With all this in mind, it's really hard to tell what the SBA really means when they say they have run out of money for the grant. My hope is that they're really saying that they have allocated all the funds and they need to go to Congress before accepting any new requests. But as I said a few minutes ago, I really doubt the SBA wants any additional funds from Congress. Thanks to Aubrey and all of her hard work. Make sure you guys check out her channel. The link is in the description. Make sure you tell her the Stephen Carlson Show sent you. What other channels do you guys watch and love? Who should I feature here next? Comment down below and let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week.